Hello, everyone. I'm Emerald Lou. This is my channel on YouTube, and I'm so happy to see you. And we're back. We're back to talk about the new show that I've discovered that I've been watching. Let's just get right into it. Okay. My first thought after just watching the episode is I'm going to give Mary the MVP title for this episode because I felt that Mary made the most sense for me during this episode, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and say Robin wasn't as annoying this episode, so I'm going to, give her a little star for that too. The episode opens up with Cody talking to his brother and his friend, and there was another guy there. I don't remember who he was. This conversation made me feel like I didn't get anything from this conversation, to be honest with y'all. Cody is always going to talk about, my marriage. Okay, one of the men sitting there asked him, if Christine came back and said she wants to sit down and have a talk, and he's like, to have a talk, it would be. But I want to know, was this conversation before he had to sit down with Christine at the restaurant or after? Because in front of his friends, I feel like he's acting like, it's not, his fault and he's trying. And he just gives me Baby Bird. Like every time Cody is on the screen and talking, he gives me Baby Bird. And I don't know why that's the analogy I came up with when it comes to Cody, but he acts like a wounded bird who has a broken wing and a broken leg and is helpless and has nobody in the world to protect him. Cody is just he gives me egotistical baby. An egotistical man who wants to act like a victim. This whole entire episode, I'm frustrated because he pissed me off entirely way too much. Okay? He acts like the marriage is like, he's so sad that his marriage is falling apart and that Christine has divorced him. And if he had the chance, here we go, I'm remembering now. If he had the chance, he would go back and apologize because now he realizes there are some things that he didn't do in his marriage. And then they also asked him, so now because of what happened between you and Christine, are you going to take that and basically apply it towards your marriages that you have that are remaining? And he made it sound like he would, and he's not. They are asking questions that make sense. But let's also take it to consideration. One of the friends that were there has been married multiple times, has had multiple divorces. And the friend had pointed something out about that the pandemic had a hand in a lot of marriages suffering. The only reason why the pandemic would have a hand in a lot of marriages suffering is because people were forced to face the person that they have been with for X amount of years. We're home together all the time. We're locked up in the house. I have to deal with you. Because when you go to work, you get 8 hours away from your partner. You get a break from them. You see them when you go to sleep at night, maybe when you wake up in the morning, and maybe when they get off of work. But you get a break from the person. And during the pandemic, people were forced to be with the person that they were with. Let's go ahead and go to Janelle. Now, the conversation that Cody had with Janelle, let's start off with the way he just opened that woman's front door up like I didn't like that. I did not like how he swung open that door. Sir, have some respect. And he went over to the sink and gonna get himself a cup of water. What are you doing? And she's like, work. And it was already right there that we knew it was gonna be a hot mess. You guys know I am new at watching Sister Wives. What I was able to capture is that Cody ended up catching what we know as C19. Now, the reason I'm not saying the entire name is because from watching other YouTubers, YouTube may strike your video or put something on your video, even though, girl, I'm not even monetized, so I don't even know why I care. But C19, he had it. After he had it, he was staying with Robin, right? And he has some rules set for the kids. Now, I'm assuming the kids didn't follow the rule. So Cody told Janelle to basically pick between him and the kids. I really wish they would give more context because I was kind of confused. Like, okay, so what were the rules? What were they doing? From what Cody was saying, they probably wanted to spend time with friends. They wanted to live a social life. And he had received or he had gotten that virus. I don't know if he was afraid of other people getting the virus or for them to bring it back into the house. I wish I had more understanding of that. So what Janelle stands is, you wanted me to choose between my kids. You haven't chosen or you haven't reached out to the children to rectify the situation. You only wanted them to apologize. And I want to know if he wanted the kids to apologize to him or Robin or him and Robin. Because what I'm starting to feel or what I'm getting the gist of is that he wanted them to apologize to Robin because they were blaming Robin for him not being around. I don't know how true that is, but I have a feeling some of it may be true. So basically, him and Janelle are going back and forth, and he's saying, you're throwing me under the bus. And she's saying, no, you're throwing me under the bus. And, conversation is continuing. And of course, Janelle brings up Robin's name. And he's like, oh, I feel like you want to blame her for everything. So bicker back and forth. I have someone who's loyal and who understands, and someone who's, willing to understand where I'm coming from. So basically, he's throwing that in Janelle's face. So now Janelle tells him that Janelle says that the kids got a B&B to come and spend Christmas. There's this whole conversation about Christmas, and they're not going to be able to spend it together because Cody has not reached out to the kids. The kids haven't reached out to Cody. So it's going to be a separate Christmas. Okay? So what happens is Janelle gets frustrated, and she basically tells him to shut the F up. He gets up. He said, whoa. Now, for that part, I'm not going to lie, I kind of understand. Because if we're having a conversation and you throw the F word at me or you just start cussing at me, I'm going to get up. Because it's either we're going to go back and forth or it's going to be a problem. So him getting up away from Janelle when she cursed at him, I'm sorry, but I'm going to understand the part of having to disengage for a little bit because it's getting way too heated. So he goes in the kitchen, gets himself a cup of water, and there was no resolve to this conversation. Because he walks out, she told him to get back over here. I'm not done talking. And he says, no. I'm not, because you're not listening. Neither one of them are listening. But mostly Cody's not listening. Cody is, again, baby bird. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's loyal to me. Nobody respects me. Nobody. But he's not willing to hear other people out. He's just being a victim, okay? Now, I don't want this to be too long, so let's go on to... We see that now... Christine is FaceTiming, I think his name was Garrison, because he's gonna try to make her rolls. Last episode, it was Janelle making the rolls. Now it's Garrison. So, okay, quick video about her teaching them. They're talking about basically Christine was a stay-at-home mom who took care of the kids. I'm assuming while all the other wives and Cody went to work. Now, this is one part because we see that Janelle is sitting there reflecting and saying, I don't have any finances. Because I put all my money into, Coyote something? So she ain't got no money. So if Christine just said she was a stay-at-home mom while everybody went to work, you're telling me that Janelle had money. She gave it up for this property. She's living in an apartment and she has nothing. And what she said is she feels like Cody is doing this thing where he wants to be... Okay. What she's saying, and I'm going to say what I think it is too. She's saying that every time he's going to not say that he's done, but he's going to do things to make you say that you're done so that the blame is not on him for being the reason the relationship broke apart. What I think is Cody found everything that he needed in Robin. Cody was with Christine. He was with Janelle. He was with Mary. But something about Robin, it's because he doesn't take the time for his other children. It's because he's, some of the rules or some of the things he had in place don't apply to Robin. Because remember, Robin is the one that came in with the previous kids. He's living with Robin. He's making the kids who have to apologize to Robin. So Robin is the bad guy to everyone in this situation. And I feel like ultimately Cody is choosing Robin. He don't want to be with Janelle. He don't want to be with Mary. He only wants Robin. That's my thought. So Janelle had this moment where she said she told him to come and get his stuff. It was a high emotional conversation. And basically, we don't know what's about to happen. But girl, okay. So let's get to Mary, Robin, and Cody. When I tell y'all, I yelled at this TV screen in my living room so many times. And it took Robin and Mary. I'm so happy that Robin and Mary had an idea, because if not for them knowing these details, Cody would have made it seem like that Janelle and Christine were these evil women. So he comes and he says they're going to have separate Christmas. Janelle and Christine are going to have Christmas together. They rented out a house. Luckily, Robin and Mary knew that no, Christine is coming a couple days after Christmas, because he was trying to make it seem like them two are teaming up together to have their own Christmas, when we already heard from Janelle that her kids are renting out a B&B for Christmas, and Christine said she's coming 2 days after to spend time with Janelle and her kids. And Cody wanted to make it seem like they were going to spend the entire Christmas together. This man. So then after that, they're talking. And Mary, I'm telling you, Mary just made me so happy this episode, because she was being truthful. She says she feels like she's in the middle. So what do I do? And then Cody says it. And the way Cody says this, I know that he was trying to get into an argument with Mary. He says, so what do you want to do, Mary? And I just felt it. I just felt he wanted to have a back and forth with her too. Because, oh, what do you want to do? Well, what am I supposed to do when Christine is out the picture and you and Janelle are on rocky roads at this point? I don't know what to do. And when Mary said it's Robin and Cody's house she would be going to, and they'll be coming to her house, and she repeated it. Oh, Mary, yes. Because he's living with Robin. It's like Robin's the wife. He's not living with you. He's not spending time between the wives, because I would assume that maybe it should have been that 1 week at Robin's house, 1 week at Mary's house, 1 week at Janelle's house. But that's not what Cody's doing. Cody lives with Robin, and he pops up and comes and visits, but he's not living with them. So because I don't know when this was recorded, if the pandemic is over, why are you not spending time between your families? This is going to be a breakdown. This relationship's about to fall apart on every single side. And it's so annoying for this man to be screaming that no one is allowing him to be the man of the marriage or the man of the house, and he's not acting like it. He's so egotistical. When Robin said all it takes is for you to call Janelle and for him to be like, oh, that's not gonna happen. When Robin is the one telling you that all you have to do is call Janelle, because you're over here like, oh, separate Christmases, they want to do their own thing. But all you got to do is put your ego aside and actually make it happen. All you had to do, all Cody has to do, y'all, is call his kids and talk to them. Call Janelle and apologize for what happened. Yes, she cursed at you first. But if you really cared about Christmas the way you're making it seem like, Cody, you would have put more effort into having your family together. Christine divorced you, but y'all could have made this work. Y'all could have had a family meeting, for Christ's sakes. And what it feels like is Cody is getting rid of his responsibility of the previous families he's created and is sucking up to Robin at Robin's house with his family with Robin, and neglecting the children he has with Mary, Janelle, and Christine. And it's disgusting. You got these women. You decide to have a polygamous relationship. Now, when it comes to continuing to be a father to your children, you're deciding that you don't want to be. You want them to bow down to you. Yes, as a parent, you may feel like your kids should respect you, but then there are times you have to sit down and speak to your children, and you're not doing that. And you're just going to be a wounded baby bird, egotistical and all, narcissistic as can be. Because you want everybody to bow down to you, and you want to have no responsibilities at all. This is sick. This is sick. You created this. You got to go through with it. You can't just come around, grow up, and decide you want to have polygamous relationships with multiple women, have children with these women, and then neglect them. And how do you expect them to feel when the new wives that came at the ladder, you're over here being happy and go lucky with those children, but the ones you had prior are suffering? No wonder there's so many issues, and no wonder they're blaming Robin. Because be real, any woman in that situation where the new wife comes along and she has children, and then you have children with her, but the kids y'all had together You're ignoring them. You're saying that they're not, but you're not. There was so many other things that happened, or so many other conversations that had so many points I may have wanted to make. But my conclusion of watching this episode is just so hurtful to see a man sit there and act like he doesn't have responsibilities of children that he should be caring for. And rather than making an effort to say, you know what, I am wrong, like you told your friends in the beginning of the episode, and try to have a conversation. You don't care, Cody. You don't. That's the truth. It's you don't care. I'm gonna leave it right there. We will see what happens on the next episode. This was my heated, aggravated review of episode 3 of season 18 of Sister Wives. Y'all, tell me what y'all think. I am too through with this wounded baby bird. I'm disgusted. That's it. That's all. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Emerald Blue, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.